Hello friends, in last session we discussed the different type of anti-nutritional factors, their effects and sources of anti-nutritional factor. Today we discuss the remaining anti-nutritional factors. Once again, what is anti-nutritional factor? Means anti-nutrient are a natural or synthetic compound that block the absorption of a nutrient or act as a toxins, exerting a negative effect on a body. It also called as a secondary plant metabolites, which having the tendency to causes depression in the growth performance of animal and human being, as well as they reduce the nutrient intake, digestion, absorption and utilization of a nutrient. Oligosaccharide, which are a major anti-nutritional factor, it also called as a raffinose family oligosaccharides. These raffinose family oligosaccharides are synthesized by sequence addition of a galactose unit to sucrose and are alpha galactosyl derivatives of a sucrose. These alpha galactosides or oligosaccharides are commonly carbohydrate which are present into the legume seeds. Raffinose is the first member of a series. After that, verbascose, starchose. Among these, concentration of raffinose is more than other starchose and verbascose. For that reason, we called as a raffinose family oligosaccharides. Legume seed contain flatulence forming compound, and these flatulence causing compound comes from specially raffinose and remain oligosaccharides. For the digestion of a raffinose family oligosaccharide, humans do not have the enzyme like alpha galactosidase to break down the alpha galactosine linkage. For that reason, these oligosaccharides intake is not absorbed by a digestive tract. In human intestinal, there is a lack of alpha galactose activity which is required for the digestion of these oligosaccharides. So oligosaccharides remain as such in intestine, as there is no digestion and no absorption will be there. At this condition, there are digested by microorganism of a lower intestinal tract and it produce hydrogen, carbon dioxide and methane. So it is that is the reason we called as a flatulence causing oligosaccharides. The sources of oligosaccharides, mostly it is present in a Bengal gram. So next question is how to remove this anti-nutritional factor from pulses and legume. First one is soaking. After soaking we can drain out the water, and when we particularly drain out the water it becomes sticky, or most of the time soaking which gives the different off flavor. It is due to the oligosaccharides. After soaking, wash legume twice to remove the attached oligosaccharides. Otherwise, grain becomes sticky and developed a fermentable sugar. That's why before formation of germination, washing is essential. By cooking, we can reduce the oligosaccharide near about 25%. The cooking time is 0 to 40 minutes. These anti-nutritional having different disadvantage. First one is a flatulence causing or production of different gases, and next one is it increase the body weight. It having the also advantage. First one is at certain level it reduce the intestinal cancer. It help to develop immune system. Phytate are a salt of phytic acids. These are a primary storage form of both phosphorus and phosphate in legume seeds. In this phosphorus present in seed, about 60 to 80% of a phosphorus in a legume is in the form of phytic acid phosphorus. When phytate combine with the salt of a mineral, that is the calcium and magnesium, at that condition they reduce the availability of a mineral. Also, most of the time it bind with a protein and reduce the availability of a protein. It represents several enzymes including pepsin, amylase and trypsin. When these phytate combine with enzymes which reduce the enzymatic activity as well as proteinase activity of legumes, it acts as a protease inhibitor and Enzyme inhibitor. When phytic acid act on a protein, it decreases the solubility and functional properties of a protein, water absorption and fat absorption capacity. Phytate mostly present in every legume and pulses. How to remove these anti-nutritional factor from pulses and legume? It can be removed by soaking, germination, autoclave and dehulling. Soaking followed by a cooking to remove 50 to 80% phytic acid. During germination, phytate enzyme act on a phytic acid and reduce the availability of a anti-nutritional compound and increase the nutrient availability or nutrient requirement of legumes. These anti-nutritional factor having some advantage. First one, reduce the level of cholesterol. Next, it protect against intestinal cancer, especially iron origin. It also act as a natural antioxidant which reduce the liquid peroxidase value. In the legume family, these are two toxic non-protein amino acids that have a major negative effect on a animal or a human being. Diaminopropanic acids and beta-oxaloamine alanine. These are two toxic non-protein amino acids. And these non-protein amino acids are common within the legume family, which are highly toxic and responsible for several serious human toxicants. Among these, best known which is a lathrism. Lathrism, it is a disease due to the concentration of a toxic amino acids. Human lathrism is characterized by a leg paralysis. It also called as a neurological defects on a human being. When the concentration of these amino acid is low, at that time doesn't causes harmful effect on a human body, but the toxicity higher concentration can be occurs. At that time lathrism or a leg paralysis in a human being, that is a mostly common. These toxic amino acids are mostly present in grass, peas and broad bean. Then how to remove these anti-nutritional factor from a legume and pulses? First, most common method is a soaking, overnight soaking, and after overnight remove the or drain the water. Next one is a dehulling followed by a soaking in a hot water. After soaking, dehulling to remove the husk from beans. Favism, it is occurred particularly due to broad bean and faba bean. Main symptom is a hemolytic anemia. These frequently occur due to the consumption of uncooked faba beans. Mainly, individual susceptible for these disease is believed to be hereditary and which is transmitted through a sex-linked genes. Recent study have shows that some glycosidase containing pyramidal present in the beans causes reduction of glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase activity in RBC and hence it may be responsible for the development of favism. This hemolytic anemia is due to the genetic defect in the form of RBC and deficiency of some enzyme responsible for the formation of RBC. Many plant species contain tannin and phenolic compound. Tannin are present in all legume and pulses. They are a complex group of phenolic compound which are estrogen in a taste and precipitated after the reaction with a protein. They have a major impact on a human and animal nutritive value and biological value. Generally, polyphenols are present in the outer seed coat and husk. It gives color to the legume. Most of the time, they are pungent in a taste and astringent in a taste. The polyphenolic react with the protein and reduce the availability of a protein. It attract with a mineral, particularly zinc, and reduce the availability of a mineral content. It inhibits the certain enzyme trypsin, chymotrypsin and lipase, which reduce the availability of a lipid, protein, carbohydrate get decreases. Polyphenolic compound removed by a heat treatment, but dehulling it is the best method to remove the phenolic compound from a legumes. Allergen, it is one of the anti-nutritional factor. Allergic reactions are observed particularly in sensitive individual, and these are a result in antigenic body action, particularly due to the histamine. Allergic reaction symptoms usually depend on the organ involved. Generally, skin is noted to be the principal site of allergic reaction. Protein of a large molecular weight are suggested to be responsible component of the allergic reaction. Gossypol, mostly found in a cottonseed oil. Cottonseed contain about 0.4 to 1.7% gossypol. It bind with the other constituent of a seed coat and reduce the nutritional value of a seed. The toxic effect of a gossypol are loss in body weight and anti-fertility. When these gossypol present in oil, which are heated near about 350 degrees Celsius, due to the high temperature, gossypol are completely removed from the cottonseed oil. Glucosinolates, it also called as the higher glucosides. These are responsible for pungent flavor of cabbage and mustard. Glucosinolate on hydrolysis gives isothiocyanates. Decomposition of isothiocyanate, which inhibit the intake of iodine by thyroid. It's end of our topic, anti-nutritional factor. If you have any doubt, problem and queries, share in the comment section. Also, you can write your views, reviews. Thank you very much.